Welcome to Daily Digest. Today, we're diving into 10 amazing board games you've probably never heard of. We all know about Risk, Monopoly, Scrabble, and Catan. They're classics, but after the 10th time someone rage quits Monopoly or takes 40 minutes on their turn in Risk, it's time to try something new. This list is packed with games that bring something fresh to the table, whether it's unique mechanics, clever themes, or just pure chaotic fun. Stick around, because number 1 is a game you won't believe you've been missing out on. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and let us know in the comments which of these games you'd love to play. Starting at number 10, we have Deep Sea Adventure. This is a simple but tense game where players take on the role of deep-sea divers, searching for treasure. The twist is that everyone shares the same oxygen supply. The deeper you dive, the better the treasure. But if the group runs out of oxygen before making it back to the submarine, you lose everything. It plays best with 3 to 6 players and takes about 30 minutes per round. The strategy comes from deciding how greedy to be. Grab too much treasure too early, and you'll burn through oxygen before anyone makes it back. Hang back, and you might not get anything at all. The difficulty is low, and the learning curve is easy. A quick explanation and a test round are all it takes to understand how it works. This one is best for casual game nights, especially with people who enjoy light strategy and a bit of competition. It's fun with friends, but also a great way to introduce non-gamers to board games that aren't just rolling dice and moving pieces. At number 9, it's The Crew, The Quest for Planet 9. This is a cooperative trick-taking game, which means instead of competing, players have to work together to win. Each player has a hand of cards, and the team must complete missions by playing the right cards at the right time. So what's the catch? You can't talk to each other, so you have to rely on strategy and subtle clues. The game has 50 different missions that get harder as you go, starting off simple and becoming real brain burners. It plays best with 3 to 5 players and takes about 20 minutes per session. The difficulty starts at medium and goes up depending on how deep you get into the campaign. The learning curve is moderate. Trick-taking games can be tricky for beginners, but after a round or two, it starts to click. This game is perfect for a small group that loves puzzles and working together. It's a great choice for couples who enjoy cooperative challenges, but it also works well for a group of friends who like something strategic but not too competitive. Next up is a game of bluffing and mind games that can turn even the most relaxed game night into a psychological showdown. At number 8, we have Skull. This is a pure bluffing game that's all about reading your opponents and keeping a straight face. Each player has a set of coasters with different designs. 3 are safe, and 1 is a skull. On each turn, you either place a coaster face down or start a challenge by declaring how many coasters you think you can flip without hitting a skull. The highest bidder must flip that many, starting with their own. If they reveal only safe coasters, they win the round. If they hit a skull, they lose a coaster. The first to win 2 rounds takes the game. It's deceptively simple but wildly intense. The best moments happen when someone confidently declares a high number, only to realize they've been baited into disaster. The difficulty is low, and the learning curve is nearly non-existent. It takes about 5 minutes to explain and plays in 15 to 30 minutes. It's best with 4 to 6 players, though it can work with 3. Skull is perfect for parties, casual game nights, or anywhere you want a fast, intense game with a lot of laughter and dramatic reveals. It's great for playing with people who aren't hardcore board gamers but love psychological battles. Broom Service comes in at number 7. In this game, you play as witches flying around delivering potions, but the real challenge is in the action selection. In each round, players secretly choose roles that allow them to either take a strong action or a weaker one. The risk is that if another player picks the same strong action, you get nothing. It plays with 2 to 5 players and takes around 45 minutes. The difficulty is medium, and the learning curve depends on how quickly players pick up the risk-reward mechanics. The fun comes from second-guessing your opponents, making gutsy plays, and watching plans crumble when multiple people go for the same move. This one works best with a group that enjoys strategic decision-making, but doesn't take it too seriously. It's fun with family, great for game nights with mixed experience levels, and a solid pick for competitive players who also love a bit of chaos. Tobago takes the 6th spot. This is a treasure hunting game where players narrow down the location of buried treasure by playing clue cards. Each clue restricts the possible locations until only one remains, and whoever figures it out first gets to dig it up. But there's a catch. Everyone involved in finding the treasure gets a cut, and curses hidden in the loot mean you have to be careful about what you claim. It plays with 2 to 4 players and takes about an hour. The difficulty is medium, and the learning curve is moderate. The challenge comes from balancing clue placement, strategic movement, and deciding when to claim treasure. Tobago is best for small groups who enjoy puzzle solving and light strategy. It's great for families, works well as a date night game, and is a fun choice for players who like deduction games without heavy rules. Next up is a game of ancient civilizations, strategic warfare, and intense decision-making that rewards clever planning. Right in the middle is Tigris and Euphrates, taking the 5th place. This is a deep strategy game where players build civilizations by placing tiles on a board representing ancient Mesopotamia. Each player leads a dynasty and tries to develop their civilization by expanding settlements, creating temples, and managing conflicts between rival kingdoms. The key to winning isn't just growing the biggest empire, it's about balancing 4 different aspects of civilization: agriculture, religion, trade, and government. The final score depends on your weakest area, so you can't ignore any part of your empire. This game plays best with 3 or 4 players and takes around 90 minutes. The difficulty is high and the learning curve is steep. The mechanics are simple, but mastering strategy takes time. It's a great fit for groups that enjoy deep, competitive games with a lot of room for planning and clever play. Tigris and Euphrates is best for serious strategy game nights. It's not a casual beer and pretzels kind of game. It's for players who love thinking 5 moves ahead and adapting to ever-changing board states. At number 4, it's the Burgle Bros. This is a cooperative heist game where players work together to break into a high-security building, crack open safes, and escape before getting caught. The board is a grid representing different floors of a bank or office, and players move through rooms, avoiding guards and triggering special abilities. If any player gets caught, the team loses. It works best with 2 to 4 players and takes around an hour. The difficulty is medium, and the learning curve is moderate. The strategy comes from coordinating movements, planning ahead, and managing risks. This game is perfect for small groups that love teamwork and tension. It's a great game for couples, a fun pick for a family night with older kids, and an ideal choice for groups that like games with a strong theme and cinematic feel. Now, things are getting interesting. At number 3, we have Clank, a deck-building adventure. This game combines deck building with dungeon exploration. Players sneak through a dragon's lair, collecting treasure and trying to escape before making too much noise. Every time you take an action, you might generate a clank, which increases the chance of the dragon attacking. The deeper you go, the better the treasure. But if you don't make it out in time, you lose everything. It plays best with 2 to 4 players and takes about an hour. The difficulty is medium, and the learning curve is easy to moderate. It's a great mix of strategy and push-your-luck mechanics. Clank is perfect for game nights with competitive players who love adventure and risk-taking. It's fun with friends, great for families who like a bit of strategy, and a solid choice for players who enjoy deck-building games but want something with a more exciting theme. We're down to the final 2, and if you thought the last few were interesting, these are on a whole different level. These games don't just offer fun, they create entirely new experiences that pull you in and keep you hooked. Coming in at number 2 is a game that transforms you into a psychic detective, decoding messages from beyond the grave. Mysterium is unlike anything you've played before. One player becomes a ghost, silently guiding the rest of the group to solve their murder. The only way they can communicate? A set of eerie, dreamlike vision cards, abstract images that might hold the key to solving the crime. The challenge is interpreting what these cryptic clues mean before time runs out. Some rounds feel effortless, with everyone perfectly in sync. Others turn into hilarious disasters as one player insists a raven in the clue means definitely a butler, while everyone else is convinced it's a hint about a library. It's best with 4 to 6 players and takes about an hour. The difficulty is medium, but the learning curve depends on how well your group thinks abstractly. It's fantastic for creative thinkers, a perfect choice for mystery lovers, and an incredible pick for a double date or family game night where you want a mix of teamwork, tension, and unexpected laughs. And now, number 1. If you've ever wished you could step into the world of Downton Abbey, managing a sprawling estate and maneuvering through high society, this game is for you. Obsession is an utterly unique, deeply strategic experience where you control a Victorian family trying to regain their wealth and status. You'll host extravagant events, invite prestigious guests, renovate your mansion, and carefully manage your staff to build the most powerful household. Every decision matters, and just when you think you're on top, a rival family might steal the most influential guests or outshine you at the grand ball. The game plays best with 2 to 4 players and takes about 90 minutes. The difficulty is high and the learning curve is steep, but once it clicks, it's incredibly rewarding. It's perfect for players who love complex strategy with a rich theme, a great pick for couples who enjoy competitive games, and an ideal choice for a group that wants a deeply immersive experience with every match feeling like a different story unfolding. That wraps up our list of 10 incredible board games you've probably never heard of. If you're tired of playing the same classics over and over, these games will bring fresh excitement, wild strategy, and unforgettable moments to your next game night. Before you go, hit the like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which game you're most excited to try. If you've played any of these, share your experience. We'd love to hear your thoughts. See you in the next one.